Hello, guys. I'm Tanuki Suit Toad or Rhett, and today I'm doing top 10 my top 10 scariest Fallout creatures. So the number 10 spot we have the giant ants. Now, giant ants are they're obviously just big ants, but like they have huge pincers, and there's even a form of them called the fire ants that literally just shoots fire at you. And there's a place in Fallout New Vegas. I don't know if there's one in Fallout 3, because I know in Fallout 3 there's also giant ants. There's a giant queen ant, and there's a giant ant hill, or an ant mound, that you can go inside, and there's like a bunch of twisting tunnels, and it's really fun to explore. But downside is just like regular ants, they're not very strong, and they're kind of slow. Like, the fire ants are like they're kind of your more of your enemy, because they can they can hit you from like a ranged distance or from a long distance, but they I mean, ants are a pretty difficult enemy, and that's why they're on the number 10 list. But like, pretty much every fight I've gotten in with an ant in a Fallout game, I've been victorious. So, on our number 9 spot, we have ghouls. Or feral ghouls, I mean. So feral ghouls are the remnants of people who have been with so much radiation, but over sometimes a short amount of time, sometimes a long amount of time, or sometimes a bunch of radiation at once, or sometimes radiation over time, they turned into a ghoul, or they ghoulified. So, the scariest thing about these guys, in my opinion, is that a regular ghoul is just a regular person. They just have, like, weird skin because they're irradiated. The scariest thing is a ghoul can just turn feral at any moment. And sometimes it depends on their radiation, but just, like, at any time, they can just turn feral, and it doesn't matter. And then there's a form of them called glowing ones that give off radiation when you're near them, and they glow, and they're really difficult. Like, they have strong skin because they built up, and like, you can't hit them with gamma weapons because they're immune to radiation, which is only like a small percentage of the total weapons in Fallout. But gamma weapons aren't that good anyway. And they're also very fast. But their only real downside is, like, in a real life chance, say I had a gun, they'd be pretty easy to kill, because they just kind of like claw at you and bite you, and that's really all they do. So at the number 8 spot, we have centaurs. So centaurs are 4-legged people. The reason they're called centaurs is because they have 4 legs on a kind of like a flat back type body, and then they have a torso, and then their head, and they have like really, really long tongue. They have like a really long forked tongue. My bad, I hit the mic. So they like the really only scary thing about them is their appearance. Like, they look terrifying, but like, they look nightmare inducing. But their downside is they're very slow. Like, they're really only scary looking because they're very slow and they don't really do much. Like, in a real life thing, I'd guess that they'd like bite you. But like, if you have a gun, you could just shoot it from a distance away because they're really slow. So at our number 7 spot, we have mirelurks. So mirelurks are the irradiated versions of hermit crabs, or the common mirelurk is hermit crabs, but what a mirelurk really is unknown. But I'd say it's just sea creatures, because there's a thing called the mirelurk queen, and that looks nothing like a regular hermit crab. I forgot what it looks like, but I think it's just a term used for irradiated sea crustaceans. They have very hard shells, and they can use that to dodge bullets, and extremely hard shells. and they're very difficult to fight because of that. But if you're able to aim for their body, that's like their only weak point. And they have they have like sharp claws, obviously, because they're like crabs and hermit crabs and lobsters and just crustaceans in general. And our number 7 spot, I think this was only in Fallout New Vegas. It might have been in Fallout 3 or maybe in Fallout 76. Cazadors? I don't know. So they're giant. They almost look like giant butterflies almost, but they're hornets. They're the irradiated version of, I forgot the exact species of the hornet, but they're an irradiated version of a certain species of hornet. And they have extremely long and big stingers that will poison you and sometimes make you pass out or kill you. And they come in packs. So even if you manage to kill one, there's probably like 4 more coming for you. So the number 5 spot, we have rad scorpions. So rad scorpions, like their name, they're irradiated scorpions. They're very large, they're very fast, and they have an exoskeleton that covers pretty much their whole body. I think they're weak. I'm pretty sure I remember their weak spot being their stinger, and if you're able to hit that does a lot of damage, or their head. And if you kill one, there's most likely more coming, especially in Fallout 4 at the Glowing Sea. There's a ton of rad scorpions in the Glowing Sea. Number 4, we have lake lurks. Pretty sure these only appear in Fallout New Vegas also. They are like a humanoid. They look pretty humanoid, but they're actually the irradiated form of snapping turtles. What they do is they shoot sonic waves at you to stun you, and then they like eat at you while you're stunned and hope to kill you, so then they can eat your body. So they usually spawn around water, and if you try to swim away, they're very fast swimmers and they'll most likely catch you. So your only real escape is by killing them. Number 3, we have the Yaogwai. So the Yaogwai are fun little piece of trivia here. Some piece of Fallout trivia. They're actually from Japanese settlers, I think, to post-war America, and they just named them Yaogwai, and that name kind of stuck. I don't know what it means in Japanese. I think it means like large bear or something. Which they're pretty big. Like, I think when they're just standing on their 4 legs, their body is taller than the average person, or maybe as tall as the average person, like 6 feet tall. Most likely rip you to shreds, because their head is like the size of your torso, and they'll eat you and they'll claw at you, and you're just like the last one. Your only real escape is by killing them, because you can't run away because they're very fast. So yeah, you either fight or you die. Number 2, we have the super mutants. Super mutants have an interesting history, which I might do a video on. Basically, the U.S. government was they wanted to have super soldiers. I know, this is like, the plot of a lot of things, like Captain America and stuff. They wanted to make super soldiers, so they made this virus called the Forced Evolutionary Virus, or FEV for short, and it basically makes you grow, but it failed, and, well, I guess it's a win. This was at a similar time to when China decided to go boom boom to America. So, ew, there's a fly. So what the FEV did is it just made people that think they're way stronger than everybody else, and that they can just do whatever they want just because of that. So there's gangs of super mutants who live in buildings and in other abandoned hideouts, and they use very large weapons, and some of them even carry mini nukes or mini nuke launchers, and their skin is very tough. Like, not even a bullet can barely even pierce it. Um, and they're pretty fast too. So, and they can like easily beat you up. There are a few nice super mutants though in Fallout. Like there was one in New Vegas. There's a lot in New Vegas because of Jacobstown. And then there's a companion in Fallout 4 that's a nice super mutant. Then there's a nice super mutant in the Glowing Sea that you can meet in Fallout 4. So number one spot, you probably all expected this, the Deathclaw. The Deathclaw are somehow irradiated chameleons that grew claws and grew teeth. When if you're a Fallout fan and you think strong creatures, or even if you're not a Fallout fan and you think strong creatures, you probably know about the Deathclaw. Actually, what got me into Fallout was a Deathclaw meme. You probably remember it. It was the appear meme. It's like Russian letters that looked like they spelled the word appear. So they're very tall. They're like probably the size of two humans stacked on top of each other if they stand straight up, which they usually hunch down. They have large claws, and large teeth. And if you try to outrun them, you're gonna fail, most likely. Just like the past few ones, you either fight or die. Like, if you try to outrun it, you're gonna die. Unless you have like some special thing. Sometimes even they can like even survive a mini nuke, which is probably one of the most powerful weapons in Fallout. Yeah, they're easily the strongest and most scary Fallout enemy. So, I hope you enjoyed this list. Please press the like button. Press the like button, please, and subscribe and like and subscribe. And I hope you enjoyed. Okay, goodbye.